Vieques. No, not Vegas, Vieques. It's a remote island off of Puerto Rico that my family and I have discovered. In fact, many people are unaware that this island even exists. Vieques is home to amazing sights, interesting culture, and activities to do that are unlike anything you've ever done before. Vieques has some of the world's most beautiful sights to see. CN Traveler, a website that takes other travelers' opinions into account, has recognized one of Vieques' beaches called Blue Beach as one of the top 30 beaches in the world. Yes, it beats Clearwater and Miami. Vieques also has its very own black sand beach where the crystal blue water meets the dark sand to create the most beautiful sight you'll ever see. If the Caribbean water is not enough to entice you, maybe take into account that many are attracted to this island due to the fact that most days, the only soul accompanying you are those of the wild horses that roam the island. If you're lucky, you'll find one tame enough to pet. But maybe skip the riding part. I learned that the hard way. Vieques used to be a United States Navy bombing site. According to Pride.org, the Navy dropped thousands of bombs, napalm, and even Agent Orange on the island and water in 1941. Much to my mother's dismay, my brothers and I took great pleasure in exploring all of the old bunkers. It's a must-see, especially if you like history. Just make sure you don't touch anything that looks suspicious. Pride.org also mentions that there could still be unexploded ordnances on the island. You can see some of the most unique and beautiful sights, and you can also enjoy Vieques' cultures if you are one of the locals. Vieques has one of the most interesting cultures I've ever seen. Make sure to check out the food trucks that are on the side of the road. That is where you'll find the most authentic, tasty Puerto Rican food. Some of their restaurants like Coqui Fire have been mentioned in the New York Times. Just make sure you can live without McDonald's or Starbucks because they don't exist on the island. My family and I got to participate in one of the island's traditions. We were not sure if we'd be welcomed, but the locals encouraged us to jump off a dock at midnight for the patron saint festival. This taught me a lot about accepting others' cultures. According to datausa.io, 74.9% of people in Vieques live below the poverty line. This number is much higher than that of the national average. Due to this, crime is high, but tourists are relatively safe. The locals told us that this was due to the fact that the drug cartel would basically control what goes on the island. They are the law enforcement, if you will, and they will punish anyone who harms a tourist. To me, this was oddly comforting. Needless to say, Vieques has a unique but exciting culture. The food and culture is to die for, but the activities you can do here are even more impressive. Vieques gives you the opportunity to experience once-in-a-lifetime activities all on the same trip. To get from the mainland, Puerto Rico, to the island, you have to take a ferry or a puddle jumper. We chose the puddle jumper. If you don't do that, then you're missing out on the full experience. It's about a 20-minute plane flight over the ocean where you can see everything. It's like a helicopter tour, but much cheaper. After Hurricane Maria, Vieques' bioluminescent bay was almost completely restored. Bioluminescence is the production and emission of light by a living organism. Although I've never seen it, it is supposedly the most perfect thing and most beautiful thing you can ever see. If you choose a horseback ride on the island, the views are absolutely breathtaking. You also get to ride on the island's very own native Pasofino horses. If horses aren't your thing, something you have to do is hunt for sea glass on Sea Glass Beach. Sea glass is glass that has been churned up and tossed around in the ocean, then brought back to shore. You can find every color from brown and green, which are common, to yellow and lavender, which are rare. It is even more addicting than shell hunting, and you can keep your findings. All the beaches are also secluded, and you can discover a new one every day. Each beach is also amazing for snorkeling. According to fws.gov, around 800 species of fish can be found in the coastal waters. You can see so many different kinds of fish, especially ones that you'll never see in Florida. From the amazing sights to the unforgettable culture and adventurous activities, how could you not want to go? I believe everyone should see a place as wild and beautiful as Vieques at least once in their life. You shouldn't settle for that fourth trip to the same party city that you always go to. Step out of your comfort zone and see the world. I have made memories that I will never forget here in Vieques. I know you would too. Thank you.